some cartoons and vodka and do them all night long. Are you ready for some fun? Drink 'em down, drink 'em down, drink 'em down. Drink 'em down, drink 'em down, drink 'em down. Oh.
Dude, why the hell are you cutting your hand off? Oh, well, the doctor said that he could hook me up with a robot hand, and, you know, I'm all about that transhumanism. It's gonna take a couple weeks, but eventually I'll be able to crush coconuts with my bare hands. Frick, that does sound pretty cool. But, you didn't think about how that's our, jacking it hand, did you? Shit, no I didn't. And, you're not gonna help me with that, are you? Nope. Oh, we have fun here. New year, new decade. Let's keep looking at questionable content. Things are about to get juicy. Now, last time we were here, we had just met Marigold, Angus's basement nerd roommate. Marbear and Hanners became friends, and Angus was making progress with Faye. And right off the bat, we are going to an anime con at the local college where we catch up with Jimbo advertising his new book. Marbear has a bit of an accident and busts her nose open, but she isn't the only one getting embarrassed. Martin gets dressed up as a butler from an anime and hands out signatures. I like how QC plays fast and loose with what media it has. It's clearly got World of Warcraft and Yatsubato, but Martin is dressed as someone from Magical Love Gentleman, which is about as real as ProZed's Cherem anime.
I want to light up your life.
Lamp Senpai.
We also finally get to meet Martin's dad. Martin's dad divorced his mom after coming out as gay, and after a couple years of hard feelings, it's mostly patched up. He runs a nightclub down in Florida and is looking to ask his boyfriend to marry him. Bit of a brain swing for Martin, but of course he's fine with it, and we even get to see a bit of where Martin's awkward timing comes from. And the night ends with some irresponsibly heavy drinking. Meanwhile, Steve finally got in touch with that girl he gave the bear photo to. She never ended up calling him, so he asked Ty to track her down through a yearbook, but while he's considering how creepy that might come off, she literally falls into his arms. Cosette is, as it turns out, hilariously accident-prone and almost broke her neck while gazing at Steve's photo. And then when they go back to her place for sexy time, it does the obvious thing to her neck. Girl, I feel ya. Sometimes you just need that dick, especially if you're injured. Not funny. A little funny. Around this time, Dora asks Martin if he'd like to move in with her, but they decide it makes more sense if she moves in with him and Faye to split the rent 3 ways. Angus is making progress opening up Faye's walls, but he also blunders right into a suicide joke, so he gets that talk. Martin is a little rightfully pissed that Faye would just tell Angus the deep dark secret he spent months getting yanked around over, but they hug it out and feel better. There's also a slight road bump with Marigold developing a crush on Angus. And look, I get it. Since her room is no longer a toxic waste dump, Angus has made an effort to hang with her and include her in stuff. And as an aspiring comedian, his form of bonding is a bit misleading for a girl with as little guy experience as Marigold. The letdown isn't easy for Marigold or for Hannelore, but they eventually move past this one still friends. Unfortunately, not everyone can be so mature. Faye has a late night freakout after a good date with Angus, so Martin gives her some comfort and Dora sees them hugging in their jammies and gets mad. And for a change, Martin gets mad in response. He's getting tired of having to walk on eggshells around Dora on the off chance a thing he does sets her off. This part. Dora's jealous insecurity is just not getting better and really putting strain on the relationship. Sven tells Martin that he's her first nice boyfriend. She's got a long history of dating alpha goths who treated her like shit. But just cause you intellectually know what's happening doesn't make it less painful. Things come to a head when Dora ignores a direct request to not go through Martin's porn history. He's not even looking at anything weird, it's just that it was a boundary violation he explicitly asked her not to cross that gets Martin's hackles up. Another fight, and this one leads them to realize that this just isn't working. It's time to call this relationship quits. God, this hurts to read. Even though I know it's gonna be fine in the end, it still hurts my heart. Now thankfully it's not an ugly breakup. There's no one with revenge on their mind after this, and it doesn't implode their friend circle. The main thing that happens is Martin has to get his coffee from somewhere else for a while. So let's check in on what everyone else is doing. As mentioned earlier, Angus and Faye are making progress. She clears him for more intimate actions, and then one day he just fucking goes for it and kisses her at work. When she doesn't immediately kill him, he asks her on a proper date, which goes well and introduces the Toto compatibility test. Angus and Faye both love Africa, Martin is more of a Rosanna guy, and once again, I throw it down with pint-sizes taste in music. Dora doesn't like Toto. Yeah, so the relationship stuff is finally going well for Faye. Martin accidentally walks in on her and Angus post-coitus, so he and Pint-Size throw her a party. But no one makes "congrats on becoming comfortable enough with your body to have sexual relations again" banner, so they just went with Arbor Day. Around the time of the breakup, the Coffee of Doom is doing good enough business that Dora decides to hire on some new help, especially since Raven left to focus on college. Cosette applies for the job and is jokingly told she has to not be blonde to keep the balance. She doesn't get it and dyes her hair. Also, Hannelore applies for a position. Whoo boy! Hannelore, are you sure about this? People poop a lot in coffee shops. It's a diuretic. And the first day at work doesn't really go great. Cosette is spacey and bad at listening, so she screws up a lot on her first day. Hannelore is a much quicker study, but she is prone to anxiety attacks and, ooh, it's a messy, dirty job. Why is this poster in the bathroom? Dora tries to be an understanding boss, whereas Faye is happy to put the fear of God into the newbies. One part of the training is having Sven come in and simulate a customer hitting on the girls. After which, Hanners asks if Sven would be willing to take her on a date. She's not romantically interested in anyone, but she'd still like to have a date. Cause dates are fun, you dress up and have good food with hopefully good company. It goes pretty well and we get some insight into how Sven is handling his falling out with Faye. Not great. Now, while Martin is self-exiled from Coffee of Doom, he goes to a nearby bakery and stumbles into an alt universe of his life. But the pastries are great, the coffee is passable, and frankly, the decor is better. Oh, and the lady with the glasses and the bad attitude is Renee, the girl Angus dated before he got with Faye. See, we told you that'd come back. And this isn't the last time you're gonna see Renee either. Don't you dare forget about her! Also at the bakery is Padme, who, upon spotting Faye, immediately gets into a punch fest with her. I don't know why they do this. They just vibing, I guess. They start talking shop, and Faye is blown away by the quality of their pastries. They start hashing out a coffee pastry exchange deal before Hannelore and bakery big boy Elliot have to remind them they don't run these businesses and should really talk to the owners. So, Jim the bakery man comes over to Coffee of Doom and, yeah, it seems like a good idea. Bit of Dora's immaturity notwithstanding. He's a recent divorcee and is kinda into the whole business owner confidence that Dora's got and asks her out to dinner. Dora's trying to bounce back after Martin, so she decides to give it a shot. Which is kinda crushing news for Ty. Ty has been getting kinda done with the whole college lesbian polyamory and is looking for a serious relationship. Unfortunately, she's developed a hardcore crush on Dora even before the breakup. She's really struggling to keep these feelings in check without crossing some of her friends' boundaries and was all hyped up to ask Dora to a party she's DJing when she gets the news about Dora's date and just walks off all sad. Oh, there's a lot of heartache in this section. Dora's date doesn't even go badly, but she kinda has an epiphany halfway through that since her insecurities were so self-destructive in her last relationship, she really shouldn't be dating anyone right now. So after the date, she goes to the party Ty mentioned, and oh, who's this chilling on the steps but Martin? They haven't really talked since the breakup. Thankfully, there aren't a lot of hard feelings here, and they are planning to stay friends. And Ty is certainly happy that Dora isn't dating the dirty old man, but still doesn't get to date Dora. That's most of the weighty stuff that happens this time around, so let's take the pedal off and have some fun. Who's up for robo shenanigans? Winslow and Pint-Size outfit a Roomba with jets. This was not even a remotely good idea, especially when it returns to home base and somehow breeds with another Roomba. This is completely amazing and bizarre. Penelope has a run-in with Pizza Girl, and their striking resemblance freaks them both out. That was pretty fun. Faye does some sculpture work, and summer jobbing Raven installs a quantum entangler in her espresso pooping dinosaur. Fortunately, it warps back into reality before the gallery event. Steve and Martin encounter the Bros, who seem to just wait around for a chance to bro out with anyone who needs their bro energy. They look like they have fun. We get introduced to a new character, Dale. He's name dropped suddenly with him just being a known coffee shop regular. He delivers pizza, and when he delivers for Marigold, he tries to talk to her about WoW, but she has no time for Alliance scum! So he keeps showing up to tease her about how his new character is gonna wreck her. Everyone else seems to get that he's trying to flirt, but neither he nor Marigold is particularly good at this. Martin and Pint Size get selected for a human and AI companion survey, which is conducted by Clinton, a redhead with a robot hand.
Is that why I had to cut my hand off for this pointless reference?
Hey, don't blame me, I didn't write it.
I'm just the host.
Anyway, Clinton turns out to be a massive fan of Hannelor's father, who is like the father of modern robots and AI. Let's remember that Hannelor's mother is basically a capitalist supervillain with a volcano fortress. So yeah, really interesting childhood growing up on a space station there, Hannelore. Clinton is going way overboard with the fanboy energy, but eventually Hannelore forgives him because she is kind and good. And to finish it off, Momo gets an upgrade! She's been looking for a more human-sized body for a while now, and Marigold helps her get one. Now that she has a more practical body, she can finally take her revenge on Pint Size for all his torment.
Whew. Well, I think that's about all the time we've got for this chunk of questionable content. I love this webcomic so much. I know there was some heavier drama in this bit, but honestly, that's what I really liked about it. The fact that this is so long means that we get to watch characters' relationships grow and change organically. Jeff had some author notes where he said that he wasn't happy putting Dora and Martin through this breakup, but that's where their characters were headed. And that's what this and other webcomics give us a chance to see, organic storytelling. So, let's watch it grow. Till next time, I'm Pluto Burns, and this has been Eagle Land.